Welcome to beautiful Boone, North Carolina, Kid Brewer Stadium, home of the App State Mountaineers. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Appalachian State Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by the Chanticleers will put toe to leather to crank us up. Coming out with it, it's Coleman. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. So the App State Mountaineers offense will be first on the attack. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others, that they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
Tight end now in motion. The play action fake. Bringing the heat. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
And the Mountaineers line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. The Chanticleers offense will get the ball for the first time. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. We're just going to see what they do today.
And the Chanticleers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tucker. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. They've got a first down here to open the period. Back to throw, it's Morris. Rush is on him. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. And I'll tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
The Chanticleers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Simpkins. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure coming. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
And the shot that clears will punt it away on 4th down. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Makes the grab on the left. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Swan. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end.
And man, that is not the 3rd down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a 4th down now.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Tucker. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They'll immediately call timeout. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Throws to the wideout. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. The shot that clears will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catches it at the 15. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. From the gun, running back gets to give. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, it is hard to beat Boone when that town is buzzing as it is today. And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect 1st half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Kid Brewer Stadium.
The Mountaineers will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. They'll open this 3rd quarter with a run. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. And the shot that clears have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Morris. Pocket breaking down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
The shot that clears, trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Washington. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On third and long, try to convert through the air. A strike downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Defense, defense, defense. No one is giving an inch, and the stats bear that out after 3. This game has the look of one that if anybody can put any type of score on the board, they'll probably go home with a W as we start the fourth quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the grab on the shuffle.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. And the Chanticleers will line it up on first and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Chanticleers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking for a man. It's Morris. He's got him. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The defense out of sorts, and the head coach will use a timeout here. They'll ride the hot hand. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The defense calls a timeout to put together a strategy. They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Biggest drive of the game right now as the clock is winding down, a chance to win it before overtime. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it on the run. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Oh, the attempt is no good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer, like you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
They've got it first and 10 from the 25. To the air, it's Swan. Got his man on the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. And the Mountaineers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. They'll give it to him again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Third and long, and they love to pick it up, but they also need to stay in position for a field goal try. Handoff to the single back. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to.
And the shot to clears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Morris. With the catch, it's Graves. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They haven't gotten much done here. Third down, and they need to at least pick up a few to make the field goal attempt easier. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. He's got it, a gutsy kick from downtown, and we will play another overtime. Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking for a gap, it's Simpkins.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on third down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the throw out to the sideline, good for just a few yards. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. He slides that just inside the right upright. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Back to throw, it's Swan. Floats it out in space.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Wants to fire on second down. He's got the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. A touchdown ends the game here in overtime. It's first and goal. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. A game winner. What a finish in double overtime with the touchdown.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays and big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build.